And as we get set to present to you our first keynote speaker who's going to talk about architectural designs, not just today, but also in the near future, let's look forward to having on stage someone who's had more than 24 years of experience, not just leading innovative projects in Europe, Middle East, but also in India. Please put your hands together as I welcome Mr. Marek Tryzybowicz from MDTI Group. A round of applause for our first speaker. And like we heard earlier, that since we are slightly tight on schedule, I'd like to request all our speakers to please refrain to 15 to 18 minutes.
Good evening, everybody. I can't hold my emotions. For me, this is not just a standard presentation or a standard gathering for design and so on. I feel so thrilled by the fact that here in this room, I have respected architects, specifiers, designers from India, from Poland, together. I'm this type of a guy who loves India, who's been there many, many times. My first trip was 1995, so I would suspect that some of you were not even born by then. And my love, unconditional love to this country, to its culture, to its history, to its all senses is still with me. So I'm really, when the gentleman from Greenlam asked me to support this event, I was honestly thrilled. I think this is a wonderful idea. This is a super thought of bringing designers and architects and specifiers to different parts of the world and expose them to the local culture at its best, to its local architecture, to its local context. Obviously, it makes a very good business sense, but it's such a wonderful idea. So I really want to welcome you, all of you, wholeheartedly, and if I may take that role now, please raise your hands and clap to our friends. I was wondering what we could show in a fairly limited amount of time, but one thing what I found very interesting and very on time is how we can collaborate, how we can bring all the talents and the experiences and the things what we accomplished to cross-country, cross-continents, to various places of the world. And I think that we are, my group, my friends, my colleagues from MTDI Group, and all our associates are very good example that this can be done. Not only can be done, but can be done very successfully. And especially if you love the place where you are engaged in, especially when you love the people, when you love the culture, the history, the architecture, the senses, the food, oh yes, the food, then it's so easy. It's really fun and it's good for business. So what I want to show you a bit today is something what you may be very surprised. We are working cross continents in India since 1996. That's a long time. And obviously this was built over the years, over the decades, and it's still going very successfully. So maybe some of the hints which we will give to all of you, to both to the Polish teams and to the teams from India, might be a good suggestion. So I want to share this with me. If I talk too much, if I talk for too long, please stop me. I know that we have limited time, but nevertheless, I feel so thrilled that I can share this with you today. So these are projects what we are involved in India over the last years, and they are built projects. They are projects which we are fully participating in design, in construction design. We are having fantastic partners in Delhi, who are our friends, who we know each other, with a lot of trust between us. And these projects, actually our main area of our activities, Bengaluru in Karnataka, and we are very happy to be there. We feel for most of us like it's our second home. Travel obviously is a travel, you can't help it, it's a distance. But nevertheless, all these campuses, IT campuses, office buildings, IT buildings, all this is, I can tell you that having a bit of an international background, living in the States for many years and in Europe, when we see the developers and the partners of our clients coming into Bengaluru and see how these projects are done, how wonderful they are, we have a really sense of pride, all of us, our Indian team and our Polish teams. We really accomplished something over these years. How did we accomplish this? We are working in two different locations. We share the same software. We share the same sort of a way of doing things. We collaborate very closely. In today's technology, communication is not an issue at all. We can talk, we can draw, we can exchange ideas, we can do design charrettes, we can do all this. The world is open. Just sometimes it required in the beginning, and it's always the case, to break some, well, can we match, can we do it together, maybe we do it ourselves, and so on. It doesn't matter. And to be honest, the fact that we survived the very difficult time after pandemic, both in Delhi and in Warsaw, was because we knew how to collaborate online. So for us, even if we were dispersed, even if we were in the different locations and people were in the different places, not very happy, as you probably remember, we do remember, then this helped us to make these ties even stronger. Then this big amount of softwares which allow us to Zoom, to Team, to Google, to whatever format, it's so easy, it's so simple. So all what you are looking at are the representation of the designs, which is done in a collaborative format in Warsaw and Delhi. We share the experience, we share the ideas. Sometimes the work is designed in Delhi, sometimes it's designed in Warsaw. Obviously, the lead for the construction work, for the construction documentation is in the given country. So if we do the work in Delhi, then or Bengaluru, then obviously the technical aspects are led by the local team. If you do work in Europe, as we have plenty of them, where we collaborate on reverse, which was mentioned so nicely, yes, this is the way to do it. And this is the best way to reach to talents, to everything what we can offer with an open mind, and to join the cultural aspects, the different backgrounds, it's such a treasure. The word is one. I mean, obviously the word of globalization has a lot of meanings and also challenges, but the truth is that when you reach to those who can really offer, who has such a vast context to draw from, why not? Why not to cross these borders? So I strongly advise to seek this type of opportunities. I strongly advise to look at this partnering and be very open. We can bring this, you can bring that. Let's work together. Then we change the roles. Then we exchange the roles. So I think one of the super things today is that we are all together for the first time in this type of a format, which I'm really so grateful to Greenlam, because this initiative is fantastic. It's for you, for specifiers, for designers, for architects, for creative people, for technical people, but it also gives a chance to open up that opportunity. And what is so interesting, that which I will show later in next presentation, who says that we have to do the work only in India or in Poland? To the contrary, that capital what we have, that synergy, that energy what we have, is so easy to offer in third countries. Like we are so active as an international team, Delhi-Warsaw team in the Middle East, in Oman, in Saudi Arabia, in UAE. And there are good reasons for that, because we can pinpoint to some cultural context aspects which are very familiar to designers from India. If you look at the community in UAE, there is a lot of very experienced, very serious developers, asset holders. So it's in Europe, if we go to some places where we can bring also very strong connections. And then we bring our expertise together, we bring our talents together and produce wonderful things. I strongly encourage everybody to do it. And I'm saying that not as a nice gesture, because I know India architectural scenery, I know the designers, I know architects, there are some wonderful people, not mention even the history of architecture, of modern architecture in India. When you put the layer of the historical aspects on top of that, it's a powerful things to draw from. So what you are looking for is all these buildings are done. I will show you later the presentation of the completed things with the projects which are both done in India, in Europe, as well as in the Middle East. Yes, we do it together. We do it together. And all of you, if you are interested, you should seek these opportunities. It will enrich everybody, your professional development, your satisfaction, your knowledge of the different things. Plus, it's fun. It's really just fun for us to be so close to the Indian culture and Indian architectural world, and it's an incredible thing. So many things goes along. You started to read the literature, you started to hear the music, you start to understand, and obviously the love for a great Indian food is not the last one too. So considering that we have rather limited time, I just want to quickly go through some things, because what you are looking at is we are doing not only the projects which are very embedded in today's real estate market, in today's assets which are offered to us by our clients, but also we look forward, we look a little bit ahead. So we explore things and we take the opportunities to what we call near tomorrow design, to look at different ways of approaching the design program. The reason that I'm showing this, because this is our joint work. We do it all together. It's the same involvement of our designers from Delhi as well as from Warsaw. Believe me, that's the fact. And these projects are like these projects, what you are going to look at now. We had also quite intensive involvement jointly. It's Cochin in India, in Bursa in Turkey, Warsaw Game Village in Warsaw, work in Sweden. You know, we shared the resources like our just extended offices. We shared the management, we shared and this type of projects are also very interesting because they involve both interior design, interior architecture, as well as the architectural forms, architectural buildings. So there's plenty of room for satisfaction, there's plenty of opportunities for various people. You see this work in Oman, in Warsaw again, in Croatia, in Poznań, in Poland. World is no limit. Marassi in Egypt, Wilanów. I'm just showing hints because there's no point to talk about every project. Is the system. System is that we can work together. We can share the resources. We are supporting each other. We use softwares like Revit. We use Rhino, Grasshopper. We use obviously AutoCAD, basic things, and that's really good because that gives us almost the same platform. Like this might be very interesting for you. These projects of a commercial interiors. For us, this is a big business. This is doing the interior fit-outs, interior designs for public spaces of commercial projects. It's a very significant part of our design portfolio and our activities. So while we have a lot of experience in large commercial projects, I want to pinpoint this especially for you because I know that there is a lot of interior architects, interior designers, specifiers, and it also overlaps very strongly with the Greenlam business, that this type of projects are actually excellent to get involved with. Still, with the talent, with the experience, with the knowledge, with the advanced softwares, with everything what is which is actually a bread and butter of our daily work. So again, commercial interiors, shared resources, go international to various locations in the world. Why not? Why not have fun and also results? And on all these projects, I can pinpoint to in every case that there is a bit of everybody's involvement, irrespective of location. I just, along that, because this is also my private opportunity, I want to thank one of the long-time friend and architect and a fantastic person who does the visualization is Kuba Skok. We do all these animations, all these visuals by one person. And the work in India and the work obviously I should go with a full list of designers. Here with us is Jose Barbella, our fantastic designer who now is very heavily involved in the international film industry. So this type of cross talents is Damian Wołkiewicz, my partner, is Gosia Konstancer, is Andrzej Bratkowski, is Filip Surowiecki, is Bartek Liwiński. We are a very close team. We are friends, but in the same time, it's extremely powerful group of people, and they are all heavily involved in the work with our friends and partners in India. So just going quickly through these projects, short of some of these high-rise office buildings, we are being pushed by our clients. We are being challenged. They force us to seek the new solutions. They force us to and it's a mutual thing. We help them in the growth of their business using all the experience we have, all the knowledge what we gather over this. In my case, unfortunately, I was very kind when it was mentioned that I had 24. Unfortunately, I have 37 years, but that's life. I can't help it. And we share it. So that cross-sharing of the experience is also a very important part of our life, professional life. So you can see that there are these high-rise buildings which we do, and it's and we selected the ones what we are doing in Bengaluru as a great example of a growing, fantastic growing environment, professional environment, which is almost a synonymous of growth of India in terms of the last few years, last decade, I would say, and it's only accelerating. So the opportunities are endless. And India is not a country, it's a subcontinent and a country. And it's so much opportunities for everything, for interior design, for materials, for products. It's nothing, out of this world that the company like Greenlam growth in India now is going not only in a fantastic expansion mode in India, in various states of India, but also internationally. It's a very clever, very right thing to do, culturally sensitive. I mean, I have to tell you, I have a thrill when I saw today the flags of India, the flag of Poland, and the national anthems. I can't say how thrilled I was, because, and again, please don't think that I'm joking, because I've been so much involved in India that I consider myself emotionally half Indian. And the friends who I have there, they don't look at me as, they expect me to basically understand everything like they do, which is not always the case, but in most cases it's just a pure enjoyment from my part. The work where we have a lot of things, and this comes to the point of working internationally with on the third markets, is the Middle East. And I think there's a good reason why Indian professionals, along with the Indian products, along with the Indian developments and the business, supported by the international expertise in design, in management, in project management, could be successful. All these projects, what you are looking at, were done jointly. All of them. In Muscat, which is a great arena. Our clients are Indians, you know, there are clients from India. So it's good to reach out to this, and there is such a strong connection between the Oman and UAE and Karnataka, for example, right? There's a lot of people who migrated from one place to another. And these cultural links are very strong. There's business links. There's sometimes one business just in many locations. So this is a very good thing to consider. It's a very good thing to think about. Seek partners who can bring some different things and go to the areas where you can feel comfortable with, in the same time bring additional value, right? Something which gives an advantage, a positive design advantage. So I maybe skip some of this because there is plenty of them, and I want to go to something which is again what we call the near tomorrow. These projects are this is something very unique. After this, I will show you the last section after this, which will show the accomplished things together, finished buildings, finished products, in this mode of international or team-to-team collaboration. My name is Marek Tryzybowicz. I'm an architect and I have over 35 years of experience. I was privileged to work on international projects throughout the world. I have a fantastic team of people who I work with for many years. We are very comfortable designing, doing things all over the world, large projects, all was great. But not anymore. We have to change the equation. We have to change our attitude. We have to really react to the real threats of the climate implications to our lives. This is our first priority. We have to come out of the comfort zone. There's no other way. And we cannot repeat the things what we've done in the past. We have to look for the solutions which are completely new. Don't you think that you have to do something about it, short of just saying that we have to stop the carbonization and so on? No, we have to really start to think how to offer a solution for life in a post-comfort time. Within that, there is a certain area of a physical protection of our lives, which today we call it a city, a village, a house. All this will have to have a completely different meaning in the light of this climate disastrous implications.
For the first time, life essentials, we call it the existential essentials, are going to be considered parametrically and in integrated fashion. Life essentials such as water, food, hydroponic food, waste management, man-made and natural landscapes are going to be considered in an integrated fashion to provide the basis for people to exist safely in an otherwise degraded environment.
We have to secure the essentials. They all have to be together. We call it integrated living environment model. And then once they are all organized parametrically, we can start to think how to organize the human life around it, because we are assured that the essentials are secured. That's the key. Then the shapes of the
actual physical environment will be projected as a result of that integration of the essentials. Once we do it, then we can organize the life around it in the areas which are completely degraded today and hopefully stop the massive migration of people who are seeking normal life. Our solution, proposed solution of integrated living environment model, you can compare to a metaphor of an ark. An ark for the very uncertain life we are going to face in a context of very harsh negative consequences of climate change.
So very shortly, we are running out of time and we have many more very interesting presentations. This is our not a future, this is our near future. So getting us organized in various formats, in various ways to find the solutions for the life which we are going to face, irrespectively of the efforts which are done on decarbonization, on the stopping the carbon trails and so on. We have to change the way how we build new things. This is the project, a vision project, which we are working together with our Indian team. And this is probably the most important thing, almost a crescendo of our professional activity. Why? Because there's nothing more important than this. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your patience and wish you the best next of the day. Thank you.